stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And you talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on any.
Vertically challenged, that's class. Seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
We've got Johnson. Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Crawford at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Stolen by Rivers. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. And Wesley Johnson with the slam.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is... just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
There's the feed to Harden. And Jordan sends it back. "15 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Rivers against Beverly. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got 5 points so far.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And so we conclude the first half. Clippers lead by 9. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They showed their superiority in the second quarter and got well out in front, taking a 9-point lead into the locker room at the half. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, in terms of running a smooth, efficient offense, they've been as good as it gets. The looks they've created have been high percentage. The ball is moving, guys are rotating. That's what got them those good looks, Ernie. And this is the reason they got that nice lead.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
I'd really like to see them attack the rim a little bit more. Change the game up, man. Generate some more easy baskets. Part of the reason they're behind is because they've been outclassed inside. They haven't been able to drive the ball, dish the ball. They need to pound it in the paint more if they want to win this basketball game.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Austin Rivers with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And, you know, not always the guy that you would expect to be making the big plays, but so far tonight, he has delivered.
Yeah, he has, and he's really been a difference maker so far, and it wouldn't surprise me if they looked his way a bit more to end this game.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gator. All filled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Howard, the post pair, and it's Beverly in at the one. And count it, 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. And that sends Mona Eunice to the free throw line. It's on Mbamute. Last season, we saw Mona Eunice make some nice strides.
Yeah, a big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin, on both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
And Monta Eunice actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
Beverly with the ball. Passes to Harden from downtown. Howard. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Clippers leading by 9. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Redick against Harden. Over in the corner, Beverly. This one for 3. No good. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to... And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And so here is Houston, down by 12.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Clippers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Yeah, it's a fun way to play, and it's fun to watch, too.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Chris Paul. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Green is out there with Cole Aldridge, and it's Crawford at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Timeout called, the Rockets. They trail by 12. There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Johnson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Pablo Prigioni comes in for Chris Paul. And then for Houston, Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And the pass to Terry. Back to Beasley. Power down with both hands.
And they're clearly finishing strong here, but not enough time to pull it out.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to end on a high note. Too bad this run didn't develop sooner for them.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge. Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Prigioni. Terry covering. Here's Aldrich. Again, Los Angeles.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
Here's Jones. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this guy. Wow.
A player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, night.
우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 배웠어 넘어질 때마다 일어서 다시 고쳤었지 이력서 눈부신 성공의 신바람 잠시나마 불어봤던 휘파람 한 곡도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람 시기 질투 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축 자만 나태함 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞는 실투 다 끝 난가 같았지만 우린 우리 앞길을 막지 말라고 외치며 마음을 다잡곤 했었지 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘 봐라 느리로 의지하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지 비극 지금 기가 아프지만 지나가 보면 웃음 나오는 희극 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 keep dreaming 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind 헤야오 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 차도 샀지 버릇처럼 내가 나를 찾게 해 경주 쪽은 딱딱해지고 의식에 붙은 각질 모두 비맑은 땀 대신 날 적시는 건 찐땀이네 잠든 시간에도 문제들이 쌓여 눈 뜨자마자 결정해도 아직 익숙치 않은 타협 시간을 도모 위에 식재료 썰듯 안 하면 하루는 순서가 뒤섞인 음식처럼 망가져 지쳐도 경계하네 공허와 허무 불안감 속에서 상기하네 15년 전 빈 털터리의 여유 억울해도 납득돼 35년간의 필름이 어쩌면 수치 맞은 삶 건축된 우리의 이름이
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Philadelphia and New York. And so off the tip, it's New York. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got Robert Covington. Hollis Thompson is out there with Tony Wroten. Then there's Nerlens Noel, and it's Okafor in at the 5. Some nice passing by New York here. It's Knight with the drive. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Nice make for him as they get the scoring started.
Yeah, he gets it going, and who knows now, you know, it might be a really big night in store for him.
And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Now off the inbound. Good.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Now here's Knight. Lopez a screen. Knight into the lane. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Wroten. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. New York ball. Philadelphia on D. It's Knight with the drive. From the baseline. And again, it's New York. First quarter of play. Play with about a minute and a half gone. Wroten kicks to Covington. There's a screen by Noel. High arcing shot. Covington's shot is off. And so it's New York with it. 4-point game. Offensive rebound. And Okafor with the block. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And that one's good. Wroten.
If they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against him, they're mistaken.
Lee outside. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway. Greg, I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
Really? No idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe they're...
Yeah, but that's no no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's Noel. And he overshot that one, missing.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Over in the corner, Lee. Beyond the arc. New York, no good that time either. Now, here's Roten. Defense right on him. Traps in the tray. Roten's got 5 points so far. New York trailing. Up top, Knight. He has 6. Lopez a screen. Knight dishes to Covington. For 3. Thompson with the rebound. And now Philadelphia on the break. With some arc. Goes back up. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got his first points of the game.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Lee. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Roten kicks to Covington. The 3. It's rebounded by New York.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Covington passes to Lee. Lets it fly. No good from the wing.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Knight wide open. Off the mark there with the 3-point